Shawn Clement here from the Richmond Hill Golf Learning Center. Good morning. Today we're going to have a nice little video on long irons. I know I haven't brought one of those out in a long time, and we're far overdue. So here we go. When people look down at a long iron like 5, 4, and 3, they see very little loft. And when they see, you know, such little loft, they feel the immediate need to help the ball in the air. Let's go back to the basics here about what puts the ball in the air. It's the club face. And how do you get the club face on the ball? Well, you want the sole of the club to be cutting across the grass. So your goal is to maximize the velocity of your swing across the grass, right? So you remember we talked about the grass whip. So I encourage you to go see the video Grass Whip and see how I use this 90-year-old tool that's still available today for $15 at your hardware store. It's just an amazing training aid. And so you pretend that the sole of the club is like a blade and you're shaving grass across the ground, and you're doing this with centrifugal force. So the minute you try to help the ball and you try to push on the club with your arms and hands, you're actually rushing the arms into the body. The body is a gravity genius. So a really close cousin to gravity is called centrifugal force. So if I was to twirl this, see how I'm using my right arm to create a circle. The center of that circle is my shoulder socket. So I'm just going to go ahead and twirl this, and I'm creating centrifugal force, and that centrifugal force is tracking this beautiful arc. Whenever you take a baseball swing, you'll notice you can really snap the bat or snap the club, and you're looking for that centrifugal pull. The body stays wonderfully centered for that. You see? You're looking for this pull on the shoulder sockets. We want to feel the same thing here. So we take that circle, and we're going to use that circle to cut the grass. So I feel the grass beneath my blade. Give myself a nice whipping action. And this whipping action, this twirling action, has to feel extremely effortless. All right? So as you get to the top of the swing, you feel like, oh, I can really whip the snot out of this thing effortlessly. I can't. So now I'm going to feel the need to push on it. Oh yeah. Now it feels like I can really give it a nice solid whip. I want to whip it across the grass. So here we go. Got my target. I pick my spot in front. I'm going to hit a nice high draw. So there's my spot. I see the picture. And now I'm looking for the feel to match that picture. I feel the grass beneath my blade, and I'm looking for a nice twirl in the direction of that target over there across the turf. If the sole of the club goes across the turf, then the ball can hit the center of the club face, and the ball's going to go into the air. You're going to get some wonderful height on that ball. So if you look at it from this angle, you'll see what I mean. Ooh, baby. That's the one.
Yep, love it.
So what you just saw me do, I hit a nice draw over the top of the trees here back onto the green, and a nice fade just a little left of the flag back to the flag. And you'll notice that in my takeaway, you notice that my takeaway was quite low. A good tip that Sam Snead once gave Mo Norman at the Masters when after Mo won the Canadian Open twice, or Canadian Amateur, I'm sorry. He said, hit your long irons like your 4 wood. So Mo took that to heart. And he hit a lot of balls with it, but it really makes a lot of sense because you've got one of the longest shafts in your irons. It carries the widest arc. And for most people who are trying to hit this so hard, they shortchange the arc by not finishing their backswing and by trying to swing it too hard. So you want to feel that the club is going to brush nice and wide going back. So wide brush with the turf, wide brush with the turf. Now if you watch me do my perpetual motion drill, you'll see that the club brushes the grass after the ball, see that right here? And before the ball on the way back. So watch how the release happens. And you see how wide that is? Notice how the club is brushing all the way to there in the backswing and is staying that low all the way through. That's a very wide arc. So brush it, whip it, brush it, cut across the turf to the target. So we're looking for wide, effortless, twirly, right? That's the sensation you're looking for. You don't want to feel that you're straining to get that width. The width is achieved through centrifugal force. So you already feel like you're in your perpetual motion. You see how easy it is for me to achieve that width, okay? So that's the frame of mind you want to have when you're hitting those long irons. Never try to lift them. You're always swinging across the turf to find that club face to get that nice cut with the turf, and you're making that swing nice and wide. Stay tuned for our next video where I'm going to show you how to hit these low stingers with these irons, and you really get a picture as to how you should never ever even try or think about lifting the ball with these clubs. You'll see that we can get the ball airborne with the minutest amount of loft. See you then.